Grimith's just a little bit excited.
You save at least $10 for 2 fairies and 3 sets of clothes. Fucking Big Blue River, that was bullshit.
Well, me crashing into a rock was pretty bullshit too. I mean, let's just be honest.
Well. Sometimes the rocks will hem you in like that.
I didn't think I could go all the way to the left, but I was probably wrong, so, you know.
I should do Oregon Trail 2 sometime. Oh my god, that fucking game.
It takes forever.
And, oh my god, if you're playing on a high enough difficulty level, if they fucking vote your ass off the ring, you
Well,
lose the
remember,
game.
remember I did that on that LP where it was like every 2 miles they would vote me leader, then vote me down, then vote me leader, then vote me down.
I haven't played that game in years. But I do know the best solution to everything is laudanum. That opiate.
Just drug them up.
Yep, absolutely.
I think I need to download a bunch of add-ons for Democracy 3.
Add-ons.
Mods. Policies pack. All
I
that
know
good
what I know what they are. Just like, what is it that you have in mind? Is the base game not satisfactory?
It's pretty mellow, I'll be honest. I don't think they improved it much from Democracy 2.
Well, I mean, you know, it is very similar to Democracy 2 from what I've seen. So I would certainly agree with that. That's why I haven't footed the money to buy it myself, as much as I like Positech games.
I think they just copied the game. I mean, they didn't even switch any of the like pop-up things in between your turns. It's the same exact text.
There are new pop-ups, but like there are a lot of repeats from the old Democracy games too. Sure.
I think I've seen one new pop-up, to be honest.
You have new policies to pass. The screen looks all white and pristine.
Ooh, yeah, the KKK thought using a lot of white was good too, but that doesn't mean anything.
Yes, it does.
Oh, does it? Hitler would have wanted it that way, right?
I don't think so. I don't think Hitler cared about the Ku Klux Klan.
I like how everybody's like, oh, the KKK copied off Hitler, and it's like, they were there like, you know, how many years? 60 years before him?
Supremacist groups have existed in human history for quite some time,
I
folks.
mean, theoretically, you could say that Hitler got the Nazi salute from the KKK. Because they were doing it before him.
He didn't get the ornate and elaborate titles from the KKK.
No. He was Chancellor, not Grand Dragon Master.
Did they play tabletop RPGs in the KKK? You have to wonder, right?
God.
You enter the cave. The room before you is 10 feet high and 10 feet in width. It smells faintly of mildew. Skittering sound can be heard in the dark corner to the right. What will you do? Burn the black bastards! you don't see anything. I light my torch.
Party Commissar. What's the KKK?
So, I still
Google
don't see
it.
anything. I rotate my hood so that the eye slits appear in front of my eye. There is a giant standing in front of you. What color is he? Gray. Don't know how to respond to this one. So he's a stone giant?
What a Pandora's box you have opened.
Absolutely.
Krusty's Cool Coves.
The KKK plays Dungeons and Dragons. I'm tempted to do like a faux like podcast with this now. SKS, you have to be in on it. I gotta get some of my other friends.
We're all gonna play. We're all gonna pretend we're KKK members.
Absolutely.
Yes, pretend.
We should have a token black guy in there for great effect too. He could be the Dragon Master.
Yo, brother, you walk in the room. This shit smell like bacon. What you doing now?
The faint odor of watermelon wafts from outside.
Oh my god. You hear a man say, yo, bitch, jump up in here and let's rotate these ties. Oh. The Graver's all into this. And all of a sudden I see, oh my god, oh my god, oh
Yeah.
god.
Make sure you stock up on your important travel supplies before you begin with the Dungeon Master. Now, of course, you need lots of torches. You're going to need oil or another fuel source.
And hemp lotion.
Definitely a lot of rope, which is important a traveling tool, especially in dungeons.
Oh, do I play any old sci-fi games? I don't guess I do. Define an
You,
old sci-fi game for
you
me.
hear the soothing sounds of chicken frying in the distance.
That is terrible. Some collard greens, hissle on the
Fuck,
shizzle.
fucking Elminster is frying up shit again with his fireballs. God damn it.
I'm trying to talk to people. Let's see. Archeron LP. What old sci-fi games? Name me a couple and I'll tell you if I've played them or not.
SKS gets so comfortable, the webcam fucking bounces up and down. It's a great view. Because we needed that shot.
What? There's nothing wrong here. I've never played any of the XCOM games.
This is starting to sound like your Cards Against Humanity session. Well, you know, sometimes things like that happen. I like the idea now. I think I have this stuck in my head, and I'm not sure when I'll let it go. Of the Ku Klux Klan playing Dungeons and Dragons.
I think it's amazing.
It probably happens too. I mean, you know, racist supremacists can play all sorts of games too. They can play Magic the Gathering. You don't know. They're just stereotyped to be a certain way.
So, Grimith, I have a book here that you should read.
I'm sure you do. Is it George Washington with egg on his face? I can't see. There's too much of a bloom effect.
You should be able to see it now.
Failures of the presidents from the Whiskey Rebellion. The Whiskey Rebellion was a failure of the president? Really?
All the way up in the War of 1812 to the Bay of Pigs and the war in Iraq.
Really? The Whiskey Rebellion?
That is the first one in here.
Really?
Not even joking.
I would definitely consider that to be strongly in George Washington's favor, and not the other way around.
It is the very first thing they talk in here. And then the second one, you'll laugh at this one too, is the Alien and Sedition Acts by John Adams.
Now that one, yeah, I can.
Then the Embargo Act of Thomas Jefferson.
Yeah, I could go with that one too.
But yeah, the librarian, she come up and she goes, I got a bunch of these books and no children have ever checked them out. Do you want them? I was like, yeah, I think I'll take them.
I've taken some free books from
The Pullman Strikes in here.
Oh. What about the American Revolution? Nah, that wasn't a president.
Oh my God. You're not going to believe this is in here. This is not a failure. I am very disheartened about this.
Oh goodness. I'm not sure whether this is troll SKS voice or serious SKS voice.
The Trail of Tears was put down as a failure.
You know, I can say yes to that.
Check out this awesome picture though of Andrew Jackson.
Yeah, he fucking looks like a badass.
You would not fuck with that. That is a character in a video game that is ready to kick some ass.
I mean, he's got this fucking epic, you know, mythical life story to begin with, you know.
They must yield.
He was just a kid of the American Revolution. He sass-talked some fucking British soldier. You know, he had a scar as a result of that permanently. The War of 1812 only filleted his fucking, you know, status. You know,
Watergate's in here. Who would have thought?
Whenever he ran for his first presidential election, some sort of journalism came out, perhaps under the influence of Henry Clay and John Quincy Adams, which basically pointed out that Jackson's marriage with his wife wasn't real and true because his wife's first marriage hadn't been annulled or divorced. And her husband was still alive in that first marriage, so they weren't actually married. And Jackson always harbored a special grudge for Clay and Quincy Adams because he believed that they drove his wife to an early grave. You want to know why the fucking bank failed? Jackson saw who was responsible for that. Henry Clay, like, get fucked.
That's a shocker.
I'm not sure whether that can be properly evaluated by
Mission
history.
accomplished, motherfuckers.
We need another 10, 15 years to properly put that in context.
Well, you know why he's put in there.
Any self-respecting historian would realize that we need at least 15 to 20 years to properly evaluate the impact.
Let's put that in there. That makes us look really nice. Nuclear.
Let's not forget the video footage that leaked out of Saddam Hussein being executed because someone wanted to record that.
On a cell phone, which is hilarious. Well, somebody said something in chat that I missed. Progressive error. Sadly, no. Let's see. We got the repeal of the Missouri Compromise. The annexed Santo Domingo. Then it jumps up from the Pullman Strike, which is the Gilded Age, to a splendid little war with Spain with William McKinley.
I'm sure many of those things in the book I can at least side with partially, but you know that whiskey rebellion, I am fucking pro George Washington.
Jimmy Carter is in here twice.
Oh yeah?
He's for the Iranian hostage crisis and then the energy crisis in Malaise. I'm impressed.
The hostage crisis.
But check out the terrible picture they used for Washington. I mean, this is just... It's like Boy George.
Yeah, that youthful picture of him back during the French and Indian War, I think.
Then they get Alexander. It's Alexander Hamilton's fault.
Fucking Alexander Hamilton.
How whiskey saved Pittsburgh. The end of the Federalist. How about that?
Who is responsible for that book? Who is is it just like one historian behind it, or is it like a group of historians?
Thomas J. Crowell, author of Stealing Lincoln's Body.
I may have read that before. I've read so many of these fucking books, I'm not quite sure. My primary pleasure focus when it comes to historical reading tends to be the Nazi regime, so these other books pass me by. What?
I was just laughing at some of these comics.
SKS plays Failures of the Presidents.
Check out Commodore Perry's awesome haircut. That man deserved a boat. That's all I gotta say.
Rocking some nice sideburns there for folks show. So, we got any, you got an update yet on your, potential new residence?
No, I found out some bad stuff about that house, so I don't know if I'm gonna jump into it.
Damn
it's half gas, half heat electric, so I don't know if I really want that.
Oh, the complicated heating system, you asked about that.
Yeah.
But the California shag carpet, come on. How is that?
I like the house, and I know it's going to cost, it's just, I got to look at the cost. They dropped the price $3,000, but it's not enough.
You have any idea how much it would cost to get central air to your liking?
Oh, that can cost $10,000.
I know. Say, if you could get a quote or estimate on that, it could help you make your decision.
And I know they've not replaced the heating unit since the house was built, so...
How about the roof?
It's new. It's from 2009.
Okay. You mentioned having some concerns about the roof.
My laptop screen just went out. It's back. I'm telling you, the backlight is going out on this thing.
Fluffy Wolfie is trying to sell you on playing Dungeon Defenders right now because he's bored out of his fucking mind, and
Fluffy Wolfie.
he wants someone to play Dungeon Defenders with him. And so he asked me, and I'm like, no, SKS is broadcasting. I might play it after he's done.
I don't even know what Dungeon Defenders is.
I think it's one of the only 2 games I've ever written a recommendation for on Steam.
But what is it? That doesn't tell me what it is.
I know. You could always check out that recommendation. My God, Dungeon Defenders. It's a colorful game that was released back in late 2011. It's the primary core around it. It's strategy in that it's sort of like a defense game. Like you're fighting enemies who are trying to get to a particular objective, and you need to stop them. But strategy tends to be the primary goal, but defense isn't always most necessary. Normally, with a defense game, you have to build, say, towers and rely solely through them. There's relies action elements because your character can take a personal role in that. You can choose to defend objectives by attacking with things yourself. It has a lot of role-playing game elements in that you build characters improperly, like raise up their attributes and find equipment. It has that Diablo aspect of finding equipment to build a better character. And not only that, there's a balance of as well that don't even require defense-type roles, but that is the primary goal about it. It's my most played game. I put over 400 hours into it. I love it to bits. It's the only game I love and really enjoy that relies on a DLC system, primarily because TrindyNet has given away many of those DLCs for free over the course of the games.
Grimith just quit. Okay, he's back.
Was that?
I said you just quit. You turned like the robot and you just quit.
Yeah, you sound like a robot too, which was interesting. I don't know what the hell's happening. Yeah. I assume that's my end, and for whatever reason, Time Warner Cable felt like, eh. But anyway, Dungeon Defenders is my most played game and enjoyed game on Steam. I very much like it. Quite fun and enjoyable, either by yourself or in a group. You can play some of the maps with up to 8 people. Sort of like a cooperative team game. But I know how competitive you are.
What are you trying to say?
Trying to say that you're competitive, SKS.
It's not a competition if I always win. Something went into my eyeball.
That was my finger.
Doink! Oh, I'm getting you.
Grimith, have you played XCOM Enemy Unknown?
Caps is serious business.
No, and I don't have any interest in playing it.
Oh, he dropped a bomb.
I've seen it played quite extensively. A broken shift key? That's how you replace it, is by turning caps lock on. Problem solved. So he decided to repeat it. So in addition to a broken shift key, he might have a broken, like, copy pasta thing too.
Yeah, well, at least he put Shari. He put Shari on there.
Yeah, sorry, it makes it better. Sure, I played Age of Empires 1 and 2.
I remember playing Age of Empires ages ago, and I was like, oh man, this is fun. And then like a week later, I was like, this sucks.
Age of Empires was the first game I ever stayed up 24 hours for over that.
Is that the one that had the boundaries, or am I thinking of another one?
I think you're thinking of Rise of Nations.
Yes, Rise of Nations. Now, I stayed up forever for that one.
I didn't like that one so much. I remember I played Age of Empires extensively on the MSN Gaming Zone.
Classy.
Yep. Play Crusader Kings too. You know, I did mention this, and so did Jay too. Like, if he ended up randomizing me to put a game on the poll, I was actually going to. I looked at his Steam games list, and I was like, hey, he's got Crusader Kings 2 on. Let's fucking suggest that to him.
If it would run on, I would do a let's play of that if my laptop would run it. But like I said, like when I start playing games now that are like super graphic heavy, my screen will just start flickering black. Like even if I look at like certain websites that have like a lot of stuff going on, it just goes black, and I have to like either tap it, you know, which you all see it moving, or you know I have to do something else and then it kicks back in.
You know, I can understand that. I had a laptop with a faulty monitor several years ago myself, and you won't have that as an excuse for much longer. How far are you along on the yourbadadvice.com
I just get,
sifting through computer parts?
I just have to go to a final build and go with it. The only thing that's throwing a wrench in it now is like I said, the new RAM is starting to come out.
For fuck's sakes. You're never going to be top of the line on anything. Just fucking commit.
But it's right there. It's coming out and it's supposed to be dirt cheap. Why would you not wait like a 20 days for it?
Fucking commit.
Don't you tell me that, single man. Don't you talk to me about commitment.
I'll talk to you about commitment all I fucking want, single man.
I know not what you talk about.
I do. Unless you were looking for such a house that massive because, there's a lucky lady.
She better be rich.
Well, it's not that much more difficult to be,
See, there's your statistics, so you can see like how much faster it is. It's coming out. I mean, it's not like just a little jump. That's the only reason I'm like sitting there debating it. Here we go.
oh, poor SKS.
What now?
This is why you're so bad at strategy games. You're so indecisive.
I'm not indecisive. I just think things through.
Well, you're the one who called me a fucking spy master, so I think I do a great job of thinking things through too, huh?
In certain situations. Mr. Impulse Buyer. He's like a raptor, you know, it's like, roar, there it is.
Fucking rat. You know, dude, you gotta make a decision and then you commit to that shit. You don't fucking waffle like John Kerry was accused
I never
of.
made a decision in the first place, so I'm not waffling. I'm still debating situations, scenarios. I'm making the most logical process that I could.
You're being a pussy.
Whatever.
Whatever.
Tell me what I want to know. Tell me.
Fucking pussy. God damn it.
How am I being a Grimith for once? What does that mean? I don't take too kindly to being called that.
You know, I'm perfectly fine with my 16 gigabytes of DDR3. I'll fucking live with it, okay? If you want to wait for the DDR4, I ain't giving you any more fucking money to buy it. So.
I'll be honest. Even if I don't jump to that, I'm waiting for like the Cyber Monday and all that stuff to kick in because I think I'll get stuff a lot cheaper. I mean, that's just being smart.
Now that okay, you know, obviously, I know Newegg's got a
That's what I'm waiting for. I
know,
mean, my cousin, he built a computer last year for like half the price, waiting for that day.
you know, special sales. Like that, I can understand absolutely. You could have just told me that instead of giving me the fucking DDR4 line.
Well, you know, I like to see where you take things.
God damn it, man! You do such a great job of trolling me.
It's so easy. You just throw out like conversation and you make it sound like it's real, and you're just like, whoa, ruffle, ruffle, ruffle. I'm going to dominate your shit.
Not for most people. It's not. I usually don't fall for this shit. You fucking like the political shit, this is how, someone asked me like some questions about this on the massive like the list of like questions and answers, and I definitely do plan on spending some time talking about this, but to cover this now, like for the most part, I don't let people get under my skin. I don't let them get a resume. Fucking SKS, I don't know how you fucking do it. It's just like, I know he's being stupid.
Because
I know, this fucking stupid ass, I know he's more intelligent than this to give me some sort of fucking retarded political statement. And yet here I am sitting in front of the keyboard like, I want to fucking joke.
Psycho butts have it. SKS, you should wait until DDR8. It'll be so much better. It's like most people will try to like, they know you got like this wall, so they're like, oh, I'll go around it. And I'm like, fuck that. Just go through it. Head on.
Oh, Asheron's thought of another sci-fi game. What about System Shock 2, SKS?
Never played that. Never played the first one either. Never played any of those. There's a lot of games. If I sit down and I made a list of like games that everybody has played that I have not, it would be scary.
But yeah, you are, especially like, oh my god, there was something so fucking bad you said about the progressive era when we were talking earlier this week. You said something so fucking ridiculous about like Woodrow Wilson or some sort of shit.
Fuck him. Trying to give control of us over the League of Nations.
That's what you fucking said.
It was in it. It's like .17 or whatever.
You fucking wrote that, and I'm like, I know he's fucking messing with me.
No, it's true. I will look it up right now. You just don't want to admit the power of the force that's out there.
You just don't want to admit that the progressive era was good for the United States. That's right. No, you don't want to admit it.
Well, it was like number 13 or whatever. I'm going to find it, and I'm going to send it to you.
Don't you fucking Wikipedia this shit either.
Oh, no. I've got a legit document that I'm going to post.
You got a credible source for me.
This talks about how he's going to get the power to declare war from Congress to the League of Nations.
Uh-huh. Of course, you don't give me a hyperlink I can fucking click on, SKS.
Well, I put it in there. Why can't you use it?
I'll fucking put it in my set. And lost many of the arguments for his 14 points.
I don't know what I'm going to do, Sadis. It is 3 o'clock. I did start at like 8. So what is that? 7 hours?
Suggested student exercises.
Leave me alone in my teaching things that I find.
Fucking, this is bullshit.
I would play Rome Total War if it worked on this laptop.
Woodrow Wilson wanted to give control of the United States of America away. That's just fucking propaganda from
No, it is not. It's not propaganda when it's written into the fucking law. You got to read it.
All in my butt Republican Congress are like, you had a stroke, nigga. Get the fuck out of here. We don't want you, Warren Jihad. Get the fuck up here.
Yes, that is exactly how it went down. That was their election campaign slogan. Get the fuck down.
Get the fuck down, Woodrow Wilson.
Wow.
You stroked. The end.
I cannot believe you just went there.
I did. Fucking Republicans are like, well, war's over. We can get back to our isolationism. Ain't no fucking thing. Let's roll this bitch with the 20s. Yeah. How'd that work out?
I don't know.
Yes, you do.
Nope. I refuse.
You can't refuse. You know better.
Go sit here and look at my books and not care.
SKS is angrily flipping to a page now. He's pouting.
Gonna read an excerpt from Timothy Dwight.
Oh, okay. Obviously worth all of our time.
You're an asshole.
Worth it.
Let's look what everybody's saying here. He kept our country out of the Great War, didn't he? Oh, wait. Is that... Yes, Woodrow Wilson obviously kept us out of the war. Did not, he didn't even go in or anything. You need to listen to the Animaniacs song.
They have multiple songs for your learning pleasure, too. They have one about all the state capitals, too.
Yeah, I show them to my students.
Oh, yeah?
I've got Chinese stuff on the top of my YouTube page also.
Well, I already told you what it meant, so you don't need to panic.
What's it mean?
SKS, if you're not going to pay attention to me while you're playing another game and trying to babysit...
I was running a stream while you and J2 and everybody else was fucking around. I'm sorry, I was concentrating.
It was saying that tonight there is a Konami Cup Asia.
So is that like the Konami code in Japanese?
Why do you ask me to explain stuff to you and then go on off on a stupid tangent building off of that?
What was you talking about earlier about trolling you?
I don't remember. I'm just gonna stop explaining stuff to you.
Fine, I will never ask you for help again.
Yes, you will. I mean, you fucking did it earlier. You're like, I need your help with Democracy 3.
No, I don't need your help. It would just be hilarious.
Oh, okay. Keep in mind, you've played more Democracy 3 than I have, so I only have knowledge from the first 2 games. True facts. We can get started now if you want.
Oh, no. It's way too late for that.
It's early, SKS.
Oh, good lord. Whoops. I was finding you something. Here, for all you need to learn about history, there you go. That's your presidents.
Oh my god.
What?
No one listens to George Washington. It's terrible. That was another thing, too, that came up. Someone, quite a few people were interested about my political spectrum, and politics is actually a topic I'm passionate about beneath the surface. And, I have such a mental hard-on for George Washington and all of the intelligent things he said, particularly in his farewell address, particularly about the evils of a two-party political system.
He also said that having a president would be a terrible idea, but he was a scumbag, but yet he became the first president.
He is the perfect president in that he never at one part even began to want the position. And because of his great love and sense of responsibility, he agreed to do it for 8 years, despite the fact that he wanted to retire from Mount Vernon. Because, especially the second term, because fucking Hamilton and Jefferson realized that this entire thing would fucking fall apart without him.
Well, in fairness, people were marching on Washington toward the end of his term because he wouldn't go to war with France. Or a war with England, excuse me.
That was both. Both Hamilton, of course, and the Federalists sided with Great Britain due to the economic policies. Theodore, I'm fucking tired when I'm calling Thomas Jefferson Theodore Roosevelt.
Theo, my boy, when you wrote the Declaration of Independence, you didn't have the Jello pudding pop.
And the hippin' and the hoppin' and all the kids, they rang the I'm the thing.
You left the slaves in there and they didn't have the Jello pudding. Rudy, go to your room.
Oh my god. Oh. So, yeah. And, Thomas Jefferson was all like, rah, 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 France, rah, 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 France. Oh my God, how can we not? We owe France so much for everything they did during the American Revolution. How can we not side with them on everything? And Hamilton's like, duh, because the British Navy would completely fuck us over. And Jefferson's like, dude, the British Navy's already fucking doing that, bro. And Washington's like, I have a headache.
He's like, I'm gonna go home.
Yeah.
Screw you guys, I'm going home.
And they're both like, no, we need you. Jefferson's like, for as much as I hate you, you seriously need to be here because you're the only person people will unite behind right now.
Then they put John Adams in there, and he's just blunt. He's like, hey, we can't fucking do this. Deal with it. And everybody's like, oh my God.
And he's put in there, you have Thomas Jefferson as his fucking vice president. Just shit falls apart.
Adams was just too blunt. He was totally right in everything. He was just blunt.
He was totally right.
He was. It's true. Don't you give me your communist ideas. He was right.
All I need to do is reference the book you yourself told me I needed to read. Failures of the Presidents.
There was nothing wrong with that when he passed it. Or pushed for it. I'm sure the reasoning in this book is something dumb. And, stupid. I mean, I'm sure of that. I mean, I guess if we're going to say that, then we're going to say the purchase of the Louisiana Territory was wrong because it was anti-constitutionalist.
Even Thomas Jefferson himself realized that it was something that he would have been against.
What, the purchase or what?
Yeah, the purchase.
Oh, until he said, oh, well, it's part of the president's power to make treaties.
Yeah, he had to find a fucking loophole because he realized that it wasn't something that he would have advocated normally.
Uh-huh. Mm-hmm.
Maybe you should study United States history more, SK.
No. I think that if you're already bending it, then, you've screwed up.
Yeah, I guess Thomas Jefferson wasn't a good president after all.
He still got 2 terms.
Well, that's because the Federalists couldn't muster any sort of opposition or anyone else because by that time it was a one-party system, really. The likes of Charles Cotesworth Pinckney and others could not unseat the Democratic Republican
That's because they were like in their 80s. They were all falling over dead. I mean, fucking Roger Sherman was becoming the political front, and he looked like Frankenstein. What were you expecting at that time?
I'm expecting...
He was like the Ortega girl. They're like, oh, we want the Virginia plan. They're like, no, we want the New Jersey plan. And he's like, why not both? And they're like, yay!
That's exactly how that went.
I mean, that's how I teach that part. I mean, this really is.
Obviously, you have to dumb things down and even make things wrong so that the children will understand.
That is exactly how the constitutional, the Connecticut Compromise went. Excuse me, in the Constitutional Convention. He was like, why not both? And everybody was like, yay!
I mean, how can you argue with a tactic like that?
I don't know. Maybe they did have tacos. Who knows? People out there are like, what the fuck are they talking about?
Maybe they did have tacos. And that's all you need to know about the Connecticut Compromise.
We made a decision after 6 weeks of arguing, and we had tacos.
The end. Dear diary.
And then it was put in failures of the presidents. Tacos was the first White House dinner. It did not go over very well. That is inaccurate because the White House was not even built yet, but still. No, you cannot have tacos. Though tacos sound really awesome. I really wish White House. I really wish Taco Bell was open right now.
Well, SKS, maybe if you lived in a more urban area, perhaps by a college campus, you too could enjoy poor food.
I live less than a mile away from the University of Kentucky.
Well, then how is there not a Taco Bell open 24/7 near you?
Because the only thing open 24/7 is not Taco Bell, but White Castle.
Maybe you need to live in a better place.
This is Wildcat country.
That's why you want to move, right?
Big Blue
Because you
Nation.
don't have a 24/7 Taco Bell nearby.
Big Blue Nation. I hardly ever eat at Taco Bell.
I mean, whenever I lived on campus, we had an IHOP open 24/7, Taco Bell open 24/7, a sub place open 24/7, a wings place open until 4 in the morning on weekdays.
I don't know.
And there definitely was not a problem with obtaining tacos if necessary.
Tacos. Oh, wait, I was wrong. It's open from 10 a.m. to 5 a.m.
What?
The Taco Bell.
Oh. 19 hours, you can make do with that. I don't do Taco Bell myself either. Important conversations, including the insulting of SKS's environment.
No joke. It's like, oh, you live in that shitty city? Well, fuck you.
That's right. I love like your vacuous look that you were giving me in the fucking camera. Like, dude, I live like a fucking mile from UK.
Like, what are you talking about? Like, I live here in like the hills. Everything's open.
And like, apparently it's not like always open because you don't like have any good quality places to get food whenever you want.
Got it. The survival of our nation depends on tacos, no doubt. That's why
Absolutely.
we allow Mexicans across the border, so they can keep us amply supplied with tacos.
Are you sure?
That's the whole reason. Amnesty, it's all for tacos.
I don't know.
That'd be a better argument than what they're using right now.
What are they using right now?
Bullshit.
I don't know. That sounds an awful like bullshit to me, SK.
I don't know.
That's right, you don't know. Oh, SKS, you got a question from Sadis.
Because I am tired. I am getting ready to crash. And I'm
He's
saving my Nintendo ways for a special occasion.
Special occasion? You gonna like fucking propose to me or what?
Fuck. Gonna get me a Bowie knife. Or a Bowie knife. Use it on.
Boo. That's the sign of commitment there. From one man to another, a Bowie knife. Now we can have a personal union.
I'm done. I'm done.
Wasn't this a good idea, SKS? This conversation.
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely.
No Cyber Viking, thank God.
It is not, no.
It leads to castration in Kentucky.
Well, so now you won't bother me about playing Oregon Trail in one of your streams anymore. When are we gonna get together with Democracy 3?
I don't know. This next weekend I'll be free, I know.
Okay. I'm good on Saturday nights after like 9 p.m. After my tabletop game, and Sundays I'm pretty clear. Obviously Friday nights I'm good too.
Because next week's the last full week before Thanksgiving break, so...
Right. So what days do you have off for Thanksgiving break?
Wednesday, Thursday, Friday.
Those are the standard ones. How much of that time are you going to be spending with your family?
I'll probably drive down Wednesday.
And stay through Thursday and come back on Friday?
No, probably come back on Saturday or Sunday.
Alright, so you might be tired and not exactly be available to do Democracy then.
Well, no, not... That's after Thanksgiving.
Oh,
The
okay.
weekend before Thanksgiving will be pretty free because there'll only be 2 days of school that week.
Hey, let me. Isn't this the weekend? When is Thanksgiving?
It's not this next week. They moved it. It's the last week in November this year.
Okay. I guess it always is the fourth Thursday of November. I just
That's not the fourth. Oh yeah, I guess that's true.
yeah. I had to check the calendar there. I didn't exactly remember on what
Because
day
there
it
was a
was.
lot of teachers this week that thought that it was next week. My mom even called me and she was like, "Oh yeah, I got to get all the stuff for Thanksgiving next week." I was like, "You realize it's the week after next?" And she was like, "Yes, I'm glad you, I'm glad you reminded me." I was like, "Wait, that sentence doesn't even make sense." And she's like, "Be quiet, you."
All right. So next weekend then, maybe Friday night or Saturday night or all day Sunday.
Rinsmond, no, that is not what this state is like. Oh my god. Though, if you want to find the show that was on, oh, what was it? Was it AMC? No. It's called Kentucky Bitters.
I've never heard of that.
Kentucky Bitters was filmed less than a minute and a half from where I was raised and born. You know, I mean, if that show's on, that it's about an auction house, and I could walk to that from the house that I grew up on. It was on True TV.
You may have mentioned this to me before in asking. Hmm. Oh, actually, a deal. Actually have access to a limited quantity opportunity. Europa Universalis 4 being sold for 26 US dollars instead of its normal selling price of 40. How about that? Exciting. Kentucky Bitters. Okay, bitters. When you said bitters, I thought you meant like Bitters. I'm like, what kind of fucking candy is that?
Are you serious? What is
I'm
wrong with you?
serious.
Just smack yourself. I mean, really.
You know what? You know what? Fuck you again.
Oh, look at that. He's appeared. I wished you all could have saw that. Grimith attacked me.
That moment was brought to you by Get Fucked.
I've got to find better viceroys.
You have so many willing, volunteers among your viewer base. You could
Oh.
easily replace me. You can reshuffle your cabinet of one at any moment, SKS.
Yeah, we saw how well my reshuffling of my cabinet went tonight on Democracy 3.
Well, maybe if you did the whole thing instead of like individual pieces.
Well, I always forget to do that.
I mean, at the start of any term, a president needs to pick people who are important to him.
Shit happens.
See, I wasn't alone. Cyber Viking is in my boat, and so did Larian. And
Oh,
so
they're
Party
just
Commissar.
saying that because they want to suck on your nuts. It's not true.
I don't think they do, since they vote for me to die first in a game where I can't die first unless everyone dies. They've done that twice.
They're just showing you how much they care.
You've even put me in death polls where I'm not even participating.
And you still win.
I'm not even a fucking legal option.
Someday they'll run for president. I'm just going to throw your name on there as well. You're going to be there for 7 states.
You're gonna give me like a fucking write-in? The new craze sweeping the nation. I could have my name on fucking Fox News and C-SPAN. This Grimith has
Bill O'Reilly. We can't have this shit. This is ruining the electoral process.
Has over 600,000 write-ins across the nation. No spin the fuck. I can go on the Stephen Colbert show. I did a little bit of live broadcasting of Political Machine 2013 last month, and
one of the things I said while I was on the Stephen Colbert satire show during the interview was that whenever I was elected president, I would just make pregnancy illegal. And voters did not react well to that. And I'm like, I'm on a satirical show. I can't give a funny reply.
That's crazy.
Obviously, I'm not going to make pregnancy illegal. I still won. I was playing against Theodore Roosevelt, but
How did you beat him?
by making pregnancy illegal. I got your Prohibition Act right here, only instead of alcohol.
It's terrible.
Babbies.
Well, isn't that special?
It is. You need to go to sleep. You look like shit.
I normally look like this.
I mean, I don't know what Zero is giving you so much trouble for. You got the grizzled teacher sort of aura you're projecting here.
The grizzled teacher. What?
Yes, it is an aura I just invented 40 seconds ago.
I'm gonna leave it as chops. Other side here. Yeah. It's just gonna be here, and then I'm gonna cut it. It's gonna be the big chops coming down.
What is your school's policy on facial hair?
Ooh, they don't have anything. Teachers could wear jeans every day if they wanted. It's like that goes along with like your dress code. As long as you show up and teach, you're good.
Really? Huh.
But yet I'm the one who wears a tie every day.
I suppose schools in Kentucky would be desperate enough that they would remove the restriction. Oh.
I don't even know what to say.
Come on, you can go ahead and recover from your faux offended look.
Nope. Trying to find a picture now.
He's pouting again, everyone.
I am not pouting. I'm looking for the look that I'm going to go for.
You're looking for the look. He's got the look.
Here's what I'm going to do.
That, of course.
And then I need me a trifold hat like this. Perfect. I could totally pull that off.
Yes. Why do you like that one over the older Alamo with John Wayne?
It's more accurate.
But it doesn't have John Wayne.
Fucking John Wayne played Genghis Khan. Come on now, in a movie full of Asians and they make Genghis Khan John Wayne. Really?
John Wayne is the only man with the cojones required to play Temujin.
Oh, no. John Wayne was overused. I'm sorry.
Well, you know, they didn't have anyone better in all those spaghetti westerns. They had to go to old reliable there.
The movie Genghis Khan is not about a western. And they still used him.
Sure it is. It's western. You travel west far enough, you'll reach Asia. You just got to cross the international line. I like to think I give it back to SKS as much as he does to me.
I'm over it. It's like talking to some of my students sometimes. I'm done. It's okay.
So how you liking your pop filter there? Is it satisfactory?
I don't know what you're talking about.
That's been showing for several hours, SKS.
There's nothing. I don't even see it. How do you all see it?
No, seriously, how are you liking it? Your new setup.
That was showing? There's no way that was showing. It's alright.
I look. You can check your own footage yourself if you don't believe me on
There's,
that.
it had to be like a little corner showing like that, right?
Well, you said I'm a spy master. If anyone's perceptive enough to notice it, it's me, right?
Ooh, look at him. Bastard.
It's all right. It meets satisfactory requirements.
It meets the requirements of SKS.
Okay. And we know those aren't very high, so it's doing a good job.
Don't make me go load the gun.
It was worth the expenditure.
I don't know. Time will tell on that one, right?
All right. I'm looking forward to hearing the children playing outside better, especially if there's like a crack of thunder or some shit that'll scare them.
Fucking kids. He's going ape shit earlier today. And I was like, "Hey you!" And they're like, "Don't yell at us." I was like, "What are you talking about?" I said, "Hey you." It's like, get over yourself.
You put it on them. It's their fault.
They don't know how to talk their way out of it, so fuck them. Mommy, we yelled at this guy. What are you thinking?
We tried to apologize to him. He was so upset.
He told us to go to hell, and the Christmas was canceled.
And that Santa Claus wasn't real.
He's your dad, but he's drunk.
And that you're actually the Tooth Fairy.
That's funny.
And that we ate the Easter Bunny last week.
Yes, because that's what we do here in Kentucky. We just hunt the Easter Bunny and eat him.
Now, over there is the elusive Easter Bunny. The most rare of all creatures within the Wilderlands here.
Kids,
Hiding betwixt the bluegrass.
Fluffy Wolfie says, kids in Russia are horrifying. Do not ever go against a crowd of children in Russia. They'll burn your ass alive.
Well, that's because of all the alcohol they can carry around. They can just turn that into like a portable flamethrower or Molotov at any given time.
I'm pretty sure that's in their school lunchbox. It's like, here's your sandwich, here's your milk, here's your Molotov cocktail. Just, in case a revolution breaks out, here you go.
Dimitri, do not forget your liter of vodka before you go.
It is a good antiseptic, and it can start a fire in case winter hits early.
Sometime winter bad.
In case of the Germans, throw.
I say, in case of stupid invaders during Russian winter, use.
Lunchboxes aren't coming in Russia at all.
Damn
Oh,
it.
I forgot. In Soviet Russia, we don't eat lunch. We're too poor. That's why we just drink vodka.
They don't have the lunch pails with He-Man and Thundercats on them. That's very sad.
That's what they all have, 1950s Russian characters. Stalin, Lenin. They got like what was it called? The 5-year, oh shit.
I'm just trying to imagine a lunchbox right now with some cartoon caricatures of Stalin and Lenin.
It's like, look, you open it up and he raises out of the tomb. But, it's got like the 5-year plans on the side, like little timelines. It's like, I got Khrushchev. Look at this. I'm very excited about lunch today.
Here's your 5-year plan. Breakfast, brunch, lunch, supper, and dessert. The end.
Have I had any drunk students before? No, but I think I had one on cocaine the other day. I had to send her to the office. She's not been back since.
She was only on sugar. Come on, man.
Sugar. Yes, that's what we'll call it.
How could you tell?
Because she was like this. Oh, God. Nothing happened.
Totally worth it. Totally worth it.
I sold it. That's all that matters.
8 of 10 would watch again. Yeah, okay.
I like that. Just everybody reenacts it.
That's right. Everybody needs to reenact SKS's reenactment.
A reenactment of a reenactment. That's like Reception. No, that's not right at all. Thank
Does
you.
it have like a secretary behind the desk and everything?
Oh. I found a new book. I'm gonna read Digby Takes Charge. Or Digby Se Hace Cargo. I don't know why I have that. But anyway, it's there.
It's an important part of the bookshelf.
Yes, it's part of the SKS library.
That was almost as good as the uteral tract, or whatever the fuck you said during Crash Course when we were playing Left 4 Dead 2 several weeks back.
It's untelling. I say a lot of things.
Urethral tract or some sort of crazy shit. That was one of the best things ever. I might have to pull up that video after we end here just so I can read it.
Oh my god, there really is a Joseph Stalin lunch tote. I totally would like buy that.
The Man of Steel, motherfucker.
What does that say below it though? What is the saying on there?
I don't know.
There's people from Russia here. They can read that. I know there are.
So we have Leninade, a taste worth standing in line for.
Oh, good lord.
Get hammered and sickled. Get in the glass now.
Let reach property. That makes no sense.
Let's reach property.
Prosperity?
Prosperity?
Oh, there we go. Let's reach prosperity.
Larian isn't always the best to spell. I'm not saying I could spell great in Russian either, so you know.
Well, I mean, they do have backwards threes and stuff.
Hey, it's almost 11 a.m. there.
It's almost 4 a.m. here.
No, let's not do the time game.
Everybody's gonna do that. 2 p.m.? Where the fuck are you?
You know, Russia is rather expansive, SKS. I don't know whether you've taken a look at the globe recently.
Yeah, it's the big yellow thing over there.
Next thing you'll be telling me, fucking Texas is bigger than Alaska due to how it's depicted on maps, right?
That's true. And Alaska is one of the big states. Even though it has less than 1 million people. Oh, see, Larian's in Latvia. You were wrong. See, Fluffy Wolfie can type in Russian. I can too. That means dog.
SKS?
Yes.
I'm no linguist or claim to be fluent in Russian, but I don't think that's actually Russian.
That is dog in Russian.
You are drunk, SKS. That's gibberish.
Surely not. Okay, it's Icelandic. It means happy.
I mean, we just heard you pound on the keyboard there with your fingers for a few seconds and emit that war garble.
Okay, so your dog starts with a C. That makes no sense whatsoever.
Oh, God damn it.
The only thing I knew from Russian was in the Conan O'Brien show, they used to have the like terrible World War II games, and it was called like Da Nich or something like that, and they would wake up somebody and ask them if it was day or night, and no matter what they answered, they would just shoot them.
Well, okay, so dog starting with a C is bad. What does dog need to start with in other languages for you to be satisfied? Because
A D.
So, perro is obviously dissatisfactory for you then.
Well, yeah, that's obviously supposed to mean bitch.
Of course. Of course. So, how'd you like your jaunt? You're all like, I played this game before, but it didn't look like you played Pirates. Of
Oh, I had before. It's just been a long time. And obviously, I didn't have my controls that I'm used to.
course.
Suki is bitch. That makes that one show in America sound awesome.
What?
Oh, my Suki. You gotta stay away from my Suki. Oh, what is the one with the vampires? I forgot what it's called.
Vampire Diaries?
No. Suki. I gotta look up her name.
Important research taking place, everyone.
Damn it. I can't remember the show. It's I know it's a
And apparently, Suki is plural for bitches. Suka is just a single one.
there's a show that comes on.
Okay. Do you remember the channel?
I cannot. Here we go. I'll go to the IMDb or whatever it's called, and it's got the best vampire shows. True Blood. That's it.
True Blood.
Her name is Suki, but it's Sookie.
Oh. I thought maybe you were so tired you're getting Suki and Snooki confused.
No, her name is Suki Stackhouse.
Okay. You could have just said it was the Naked Show that comes on the fucking premium cable channel.
The Naked. I've only watched it once.
Yeah. I had a few friends in college who liked it. Some of them genuinely for the plot and dialogue of the show, and others because they wanted to see
Suki.
vampires and humans getting it on. Particularly Rogue from the X-Men. I don't remember the name of that actress. The more you know. Star flies across SKS's forehead.
Do 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 do.
There we go. Good job, Larian. Yes. It's nearly 4 a.m., old man. You're doing a good job.
I know. I'm about done.
You know, if I had something of value every time you told me that you were done, I would have many things of value.
But you're friends with me, so you have shit.
I'm not really sure we're friends given how you treat me, SK.
You even yell at your dog every once in a while, but it doesn't mean you don't love him.
I about had that look on my face when you made the 9/11 joke. I was like, the fuck?
I'll never forget that. You was like, yeah, I'm into this. It was like he was just waiting for lightning to come out of nowhere.
I'm glad you mimicked my rocking too. That was
Well,
great.
that was part of it. I mean, he was just like so into the LP, and I said something that was so off the wall that you just like,
I cocked my head to the left, like, Arr?
like a dog. It's like he's went too far.
I think that was a great series to actually test the little camera on the laptop on. It just worked so well. The fucking shit you tell me sometimes, man.
I need a filter. I need a filter.
You need a shit filter. For once, I'd like to have a serious conversation with you, SK.
I'm sorry, I have diarrhea of the mouth. It happens.
Ugh. Maybe I shouldn't visit you for one summer. Maybe that's not a good idea.
Oh, Party Commissar, I can't do a 34-hour live stream, but there could be the possibility of that come December. Just saying, hint, hint, on my future promotion.
You know, he made a mention of that at least once during this broadcast. The possibility, since he's a teacher, he's got a holiday to look forward to in December. opportunity. He may have the machine prepared and good to go by that time.
Good chance.
A percentage of all of your future earnings in life will have to be given to me.
You know, the more tired I look, the more I look like the other guy in the Alamo.
Alright, I'm done. I'm fucking cutting you off.
What? It's true.
Oh.
Oh, I look like, you know, the guy off of the one superhero movie.
It was great to spend time with you, SKS. I really do enjoy it.
I've done it, ladies and gentlemen. I've run him off.
Yeah, take care, my friend.
Bye, Grimith.
Bye, fuckers in the chat. I never liked you anyway.
Success! We have destroyed the line with Grimith. Oh well. I would like to thank all of you that stuck around for that. It's always fun to have Grimith there at the end. Let's see, it's 4 o'clock in the morning, so that means we've went for, what, 6, 7, 8 hours, which is not what I planned in the first place. But I will be having a promotional video, hopefully, let's see, today's Saturday, probably on Sunday, that will tell you about what's going on in December. So hopefully you all will get excited for that. And it will bring some excitement on what we're going to do for Christmas. I hope. But anyway, I'm going to go to bed now. So I'm glad that you all showed up. As always, I love you all. And I will see you next time. I hope you have a great night wherever you are out there in Gamerland and you stay out of trouble. As I always tell my students, make good decisions. I will not dress up as Santa. Good night, everybody. Don't be like me. Or Grimith. Or Grimith's dad.